Hi, 5th grade. Today we're going to go over March Steps. It's a new piece of music that I put on Google Classroom. Let me pull this so that I can have a little bit more light. That didn't really work. It's a little dreary outside. Anyway, March Steps is a new piece that I put on Google Classroom. Go ahead and pull it up for your instrument. And what we're going to do is kind of like last week. I'm going to teach the lesson, and then I'm going to switch the video to your instrument. So you don't have to do anything, just follow along. And before you play it with me, make sure you warm up, make sure you go over all the stuff we've gone over in the past, review that stuff, but then we'll dive into this tune. So the thing about March Steps, the hardest part is the, well, one, you don't know it, you don't recognize it. It's not like a nursery rhyme, it's not, Mary Had a Little Lamb that we played last week. It is just totally original music that you've never heard before. So you'll have to know it. You'll have to be able to read the music to be able to play it. But I'll teach you that. It's no big deal. The other hard part is that we're skipping notes now. In the past, your notes would go in order, right? You'd go low to high, and there's no skipping notes in between. But the thing about March Steps is that they want you to skip notes. They want you to go from low straight to the high note, dum, da, dum. You want to skip the notes, and that's hard for a beginner player, so we're going to work on that when we get to your instrument part, but don't worry about that right now. Right now we just want to look at the rhythm and what the song is, right? So fill in your notes, first of all. Write in your notes. That would really help you in the future. But let's talk about the rhythm. It's really simple. We just have to go over it. The first measure, we've got 4 quarter notes, and you can also see that your first question is how many beats are in a quarter note. Your quarter note has 1 beat. We know that. Okay, it's got 1 beat in it. There's 4 quarter notes in a measure, because you can see that in 4/4 in the time signature at the front. So there's 4 beats in a quarter note. There's 4 quarter notes in a measure. There's 1 beat in a quarter note. That means there's 4 beats in this first measure that are played. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you're following the music, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go over that when we get to it. And then the second measure is a whole note. Your second question, you'll see, is how many beats are in a whole note. There's 4 beats in a whole note. Okay, you can see that the whole note takes up the entire measure. There's 4 whole beats and there's nothing else. So you have to count that for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you hold that note out. So those first 2 measures together are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you hold it out, and we'll get to that more when we play it. And the third and fourth measure are the same exact rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth and sixth measure is the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not. Sorry, the sixth measure is different. Okay, we've got quarter, quarter, half note. Okay, I didn't put this as a question, but a half note is 2 beats. Okay, so it's going to be 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4. So that sixth measure, 1, 2, 3, right? Just kind of like, what's the song? Hot Cross Buns, right? Da, da, da. That's what we're looking at. And then your fifth, or your seventh and eighth measure are going to be nearly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your last measure is weird. You have a half note, a quarter note, and then a rest. Half note, quarter, rest. So 1, 2, 3, rest. Okay, so the whole thing, you can slow me down if you need help on this, but the whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, you can follow along, clap along with me. I'll take it a little slower this time. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's your rhythm. There's one other thing we have to look at here for all of us, and it's this little comma on measures between measures 2 and 3. 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, that little comma is a breath mark. That means that you are going to breathe. Okay, that's the best place in these songs to breathe, and it's really nice that it tells you, because otherwise you'd be breathing all over the place. So make sure you take a big breath there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big breath. Fill up your whole body with air so that you can have enough air to get through the song. Okay, and we'll go over that song a little bit more in your specific instrument, but that's all there is to it. Okay, just get the rhythm, write your notes in, and you really want to clap along with me. Okay, read along with the music and clap along with me in this video if you're not getting it. But before you move to the music part, I want you to have the rhythm perfect, because you won't be able to play the music with notes if you can't do the rhythm. Okay, so don't move on until the rhythm is perfect. I'm going to move on to your specific instrument now. Alright guys, let's get started. Mark's steps, I'm just going to play it for you first. Here we go. Actually, I got to pull it up first. Let's play it for you. Here you go. 1, 2, alright, go. Wow, this clarinet's garbage. I'm not using my usual horn today. I had to borrow one from the school. My goodness, man. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. Here we go. March steps, I'll play it for you. 1, 2, alright, go. Alright, so excuse the squeaking and airy sound of my horn today. It is not my usual horn. It's at the middle school and I can't get in today, so I'm trying to use a school horn that is not very good. But ignore that. Let's move on. Your 5 notes we need to go over that are in this are the 5 notes we've already learned, but we will play them and I want you to follow along and try to play with me. So here's your C. First note, thumb over that hole, and 1, 2, 3. Make sure that you're covering the entire hole with your fingers and you're getting these little clarinet wards. Okay? If you're not getting those complete circles, it means you're not covering them completely. Here we go. C. 1, 2, match me. Go. Okay, try again. 1, 2, C, go. That's that, right? D. Let's match me with D. 1, 2, 1 and 2, right? Just take off your ring finger here. 1, 2, D, go. Yeah, again, excuse my my airiness. It's not my fault. It's the horn. All right, one more. E. First finger and your thumb. E. 1, 2, all right, go. F. Just your back thumb. Just your thumb on the back hole. 1, 2, go. And G. Everything open. All fingers down. Or all fingers up. 1, 2, G, go. That's G, okay? Let's try to put these in. So the thing about march steps is that we're skipping notes, right? We're not just adding and taking away fingers, we're taking away more than one finger at a time. And there's nothing too hard about that on this particular song, but it's good to learn it. So this first 2 measures, C, E, D, right? Going from 3 down to 1 down. Not too hard, right? Practice that. Gosh, guys, I'm sorry. This horn is terrible. I might have to remake this video later, but we'll see. Okay, that's our first 2 measures. The next 2, we've got F, just your back thumb, E, D, F, E. There's something wrong with this horn. Okay, there's that. The third set of measures measures 5 and 6. We're going from E, 1 and 2, or just the first finger and your back finger to open. So E, open, E, open. F, E, D. And then the last two measures, G, open, F, E, D, C. Okay? Okay, there's your part. What I want you to practice here is just switching between your notes, okay? Go slow. The song doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, the notes have to switch right. Just want you to practice switching the notes. The rhythm should be easy to get. If you need more help with that, go back to the beginning of the video. But I'm going to play this slow, and then I'm going to play it fast, and hopefully this clarinet can hold it together long enough to get through it. Here your part is slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Remember, when you're switching notes, you're going to retongue the note, saying the syllable T in your mouth. T. Make sure you draw your lips back. Okay? Okay, now we're going to go fast. So once you are able to play it slow, you can start the video here and speed it up and try to catch up to where you're supposed to be. Huh. And now we can see my computer screen. Not that there was anything on it, but here we go. 1, 2, fast, go. Finally got it together, right? Clarinet. But that's March steps. Okay, if you have any questions, send me an email and I'll help, or send me a message and I'll help. But otherwise, just practice your notes. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're missing a lot of school days, our Tuesday class, and that is unfortunate. I really hope we get to come to school this week for my class. But just practice these notes. Okay, you can do it. If it doesn't have to be perfect, and I don't expect you to teach yourself how to play this instrument, but the more you practice, the better you'll get, I promise. I will see you hopefully next week or this week. Have a good week. Bye.